right, so I got a comment from a viewer. He said that he was getting ready to graduate from tech school, from trade school, and he's getting ready to get his EPA and get out into the workforce. And he was wondering what tools he needed to start out with. And I mean, it depends what size of company you're going to work for. Uh, what area of that company do you want to be a full-time service technician? Do you want to be a jack of all trades like I was when I worked for somebody? And I'm a firm believer that I think that if you work in an HVAC work for an HVAC company, that you should be able to do everything from troubleshooting a refrigeration system to building a sheet metal transition. I think you should be able to do everything in between those two different areas of HVAC, different ends of the spectrum, so to speak. And I just think it makes you more valuable. And when things get slow, you're going to be the guy they put to work because you're more versatile. So, but I did. So, it's kind of hard for me to come up with, master tool list of things that you're going to need starting out as a service tech, because it's been over 30 years for me. So I have no idea what what you would need to start out with, but so what I did was I actually just went on Chat GPT, which is pretty good these days. They do a pretty good job with this stuff because it goes through the entire internet and compiles this stuff. But I'll just read off some of the things that I agree with. I'm not gonna go through everything that it says here, but so it says essential tools for a new HVAC service technician. You obviously want to have all your screwdrivers, your flatheads, your Phillips. You want to have a 10-in-1 screwdriver, the one that flips around. So you got all your bits there, your different sizes of flatheads, and Phillips. I don't know what this refrigeration service screwdriver. I'm assuming it means like a speedy ratchet for opening up service valves on an air conditioner or heat pump. That's probably a good thing to have. And then it goes through different types of pliers you want, channel locks, linesman's pliers, needle nose pliers, wire strippers, and crimpers. I agree with all that. You're going to want to have some different sets of wrenches, adjustable wrenches, fixed open end wrenches are always good, combination wrenches, Allen key sets. You can never have too many Allen wrenches to do the stuff that we do, because we come across all kinds of different sizes. Nut drivers you want to have, not just the ones that go on your drill. You want the hand ones too, quarter, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, all the way up to half. I mean, just get yourself a good. I just have a good Craftsman tool set, socket set that I use, and that covers me. And then you always want to have those adapters that'll go on the socket that you can put in your drill. Very handy to have. You'll use those a lot. It's important that they're magnetic, of course. And then it moves on. Multimeter, of course. You're going to want to have a true RMS meter. I use a couple of different field piece meters. You want them to make sure they measure, obviously, AC and DC, resistance, continuity, capacitance. It says auto ranging recommended here. I mean, I think any high quality meter does that. Clamp meter. A lot of guys like to keep two separate meters. They can have one just for doing amp draws and one for doing everything else. That way you're not constantly messing around with your leads and stuff. You can just have one that's just your clamp meter. I think that's a good idea. A couple different thermometers. You want to have a digital pocket thermometer, infrared thermometer. I've never been a huge fan because I don't think they're that accurate. Then obviously your refrigeration tools you're going to want. Your analog or digital. I prefer the digital. I got the field piece digital gauges. I love them. The SMACNAs, or what are they? Or the SMAN 40s. I don't know. I don't know any of the names. I don't keep up on the names of them. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Get yourself a good set of digital gauges. Temperature clamps, of course. Those usually come with your gauges, but if you want to have an extra set, you can get those too. A lot of guys are using the wireless ones now. I actually have my my phone tripod sitting on my Testos that I barely use, because I'm an old school. I like to hook my hoses up. Refrigerant scale, refrigerant recovery machine, And a lot of these things are things that your employer, anything. I figure anything over a couple $100, your the company that you're working for should supply that stuff, or at least give you like a tool credit, and then they can take a little bit out of your paycheck to pay those off. Vacuum pump, of course. Micron gauge, mine's in my gauges, so I just use that. I do have a separate one that I use occasionally. Then we're getting to the other basic stuff here. Cordless drill, impact driver. It says here HVAC techs use 1/4 inch hex. Use 1/4 and 5/16 most of the time. Just make sure you got a good set of Malco bits. I think we all know that. Tubing cutters, you want to have some that'll go all the way up to probably 1 1/8 if you're just working in residential. And you want to have some close cutters. I have the power cutters too, the Milwaukee ones that work pretty good. You just can't get them into a lot of spaces. Flaring and swaging tools, obviously you need that for the ductless mini splits. I got a good flaring block, a Black Max flaring block that I like, and then you always want to make sure that you tighten those flares with a torque wrench. I have the Black Max digital torque wrench. You want your oxyacetylene set up. It's always nice to have a MAP gas set up too, in case you need to unsweat a water line or something. We do deal with that stuff. Make sure you have all your goggles and your gloves for doing that stuff. I'm not good about protecting myself, but I work pretty smart. Caulking gun, obviously. Then it moves on to inspection and miscellaneous tools. Flashlights, headlamps. I mean, these are no-brainers here. Mirror and inspection cameras, tape measures, torpedo levels, and probably want to get yourself some other different levels for leveling up pads and stands and stuff like that. A handsaw or PVC cutter. I have the Milwaukee M12 PVC. I call them the loppers. I like those for cutting PVC. Or you can just get the little hand ratchet ones too if you're just doing 3/4 stuff. And then it just goes on with your PPE stuff, your safety glasses, your gloves, your ear protection, your work boots, and I don't know why that just throws manometer in there. It says for checking gas pressures on furnaces. You can do other things with them too. You can check pressure switches, and you can get your static pressure tips for checking static pressure on your airflow for your duct work. And one thing they didn't put on here is combustion analyzer. And if you're working a lot with gas, definitely want to have one of those. And then tool storage. You want to have a nice tool bag that you don't have to fill up too much. I fill up mine too much. It's too heavy. It's a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. And then it just gives you a beginner tool bundle. I'm not going to go through that. And then basically you just want to add all this together, see what the price is. Obviously, if you're just starting out, you're not going to be able to get all this stuff at once. You build it up over time. And then here's just a quick little list for, there's some different things you need if you're going to be an installer. And I'm going to point out the things that are different than if you're just doing service work. And for some reason they put utility knife on this list, but this is service tech's going to carry around those two. And then a hammer, of course. And then you got your ductwork and your sheet metal tools. You should have your tin snips, your lefts, your rights, your straights, your bowl snips. You should have some nice big snips like this here for cutting flat metal. Cutting it nice and straight. It's easier than using your little snips to try and do that. Hand seamers, those are the tongs, your benders. If anybody needs to know what any of this stuff is, I can maybe I'll edit some pictures into this. I'm not sure. Sheet metal hammer, blah blah blah. Crimpers, flat bar, pry bar, staple gun if you do duct board or insulation. Rivet gun with rivets. That's if you're need to build like some sheet metal fittings on the fly. It's good to have those. I don't do that with a rivet gun or rivets anymore. Refrigeration tool kind of goes through with the same stuff that the service list had. Soapy spray wasn't on the other one. Yeah, pretty much everything that was on the other list is here. Electrical tools, obviously your meter, flashlights, cordless drill, fish tape or glow rods for running thermostat wire. And I'm happy to show you guys where to go to get these lists, because this is a pretty good list actually from ChatGPT. Mounting and construction tools, sawzall, of course. You want a reciprocating saw, hole saw kit, PVC cutter, caulking gun still there, drill bits, different spade bits, metal bits, chalk line. I don't think you have to have a chalk line. A stud finder is always nice to have, so you know where to find a stud in a wall or a ceiling. Torpedo level plus a 2-foot recommended. I recommend having a 3 or 4 foot for leveling out condenser pads. And then it's going to safety equipment again, and it gives you a little installer starter kit. So anyway, just want to go over that real quick. I rambled on with it for 10 minutes, but really good comprehensive list. You just go on ChatGPT. I typed in tools a beginning HVAC service tech should have, and then tools a beginning HVAC installer should have on ChatGPT, and it pulled up these lists. So, and it's very accurate. So wanting to know what tools to get, just get everything on these lists here. If you want me to post the list, let me know. But other than that, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and trying to get some field work for you. I haven't had anything conducive to field work lately, so but it'll be coming for sure. Thanks for watching.